Today is May 3rd, and I just wanted to look at a 1-minute chart of Nasdaq futures and point out a very simple pattern called the hoagie, where there are several bars of overlap that fall within the range of one particular bar, and they make really good areas for scalping. So this is the pit open at 8:30, and we got a pretty clean 2 waves down. So my bias now is for 2 waves up, which we eventually got. And this pattern right here is a hoagie, where 2 bars are within the previous bar. So you would buy stop this level. And on a 1-minute chart, I use this only for scalping. So I take about 5 1/4 points. No magic to it. It falls well within the average true range, and it ends up being around $100 per contract. Now, as you can see, a hoagie requires context. Here, you sort of have hoagies that are within a range. This is a 9-period exponential moving average, which is a very fast trend line. And you could see here, this was a hoagie, and sure, a scalp would have worked. Looking at the breakdown of this bar, or looking at this hoagie over here, a scalp would have also worked. This is 3:04 p.m. after the pit close, after the stocks themselves stopped trading, so that would not be a good time to be scalping futures. Now, this over here, where a trend comes to an end, also set up a hoagie, and this happened to be one of the situations in which that hoagie failed. You barely got a tail above and then a reversal. That's going to happen at the end of every trend. And then again here, this is a hoagie that is somewhat in the middle of this range because it's hugging this moving average, so it's not really one that we would take. But once we had a good breakdown in trend, we got a hoagie here that led to a nice gain. We had another hoagie here that never broke to the upside, but then got a nice gain. And then again here now, we're having the change of trend, and there's a hoagie that formed here, which did work. It did not trigger to the downside, so there's no failure here. You just may not have wanted to take it, being that the context was below this line. But again, it was one that worked. So this is just a one pattern in one time frame, a very simple way to be on the right side of scalps. And again, for any scalping, you need to be very nimble. Having a good trade platform with built-in stops, built-in targets helps a lot.